Here's a question I'd like you to sit with. If hiring managers are experienced, intelligent, and well-intentioned, well, why do bad hires keep happening? Not occasionally, repeatedly. Most hiring failures don't come from incompetence. They come from smart people using flawed decision processes under pressure. And that's exactly what we're unpacking today. Hey everyone, I'm Nami and this is Hiring Without Guesswork, a podcast about clear thinking for better interviews. In this first episode, I want to challenge a comforting myth, the idea that experience alone makes us good at hiring. Sadly, it doesn't. Here's the thing most organizations don't like admitting. Interviewing is treated as a soft skill, but hiring, it's a high-stakes decision. You're predicting future performance, behavior, and fit based on a short conversation, limited evidence, and of course, your own perception. That's not a people problem. This is a decision-making problem. And smart people are not immune to bad decisions, sadly. In fact, they're often more confident in them. You see, experience creates pattern recognition. But unfortunately, in interviews, pattern recognitions can work against you. Let's see. You've seen candidates like this before. You've hired someone similar who has worked out in the past. So your brain fills in the gap faster than any evidence you can actually gather. That speed, it feels like competence. But sadly, it's often just an assumption. This is where confidence creeps in and curiosity drops out. Interviews are actually deceptively persuasive. Someone answers fluently. They sound confident. They mirror your communication style. And suddenly, now this interview feels good. But a good conversation is not the same as a good interview. A good interview produces evidence. A good conversation, that will produce comfort. And sadly, comfort is a terrible decision-making metric. Most hiring managers don't realize when the decision is actually made. It's rarely at the very end of the interview. It actually happens probably in about the first 5 to 10 minutes. And after that, everything else that happens in the interview is just a confirmation of what you've already decided on. Questions get softer. Challenges disappear. Red flags, well, they just get reframed. Not because you're careless, but because your brain prefers coherence over contradiction. You see, bias in hiring, it rarely looks dramatic and over the top. It looks like phrases such as, I just feel more confident in them. I've got a gut instinct. They'd fit the team better. Don't they remind you of somebody else who did really well here? It feels reasonable. It's also untested. Without structure, bias doesn't announce itself. It blends in as judgment. Now, a bad hire, it's not just a performance issue. It's lost time. Team morale decreases. Your credibility as a leader can sometimes start to wane. And the quiet erosion of trust in your hiring process, that's probably the silent killer. What makes this worse is hindsight bias. Once things go wrong, we explain it away. But they interviewed well. There were warning signs, I guess. We couldn't have known this was going to happen. Often, you could have known. You just didn't ask the right questions in the right way. This podcast, it's not about perfect hiring. It's about defensible hiring. Decisions grounded in evidence, not instinct. Clarity over confidence. Structure over style. Because when a hire works out, luck gets credit. When it doesn't, that's when accountability starts to show up. Clear thinking will protect you in both those stances. Hiring managers, here's something for you to think about before your next interview. What decision am I trying to make, and what evidence would actually support it? If you can't answer that clearly, your interview is already drifting. Hiring managers, in the next episode, we'll start to talk about gut feel, why it's so convincing, and why it quietly undermines even the most experienced hiring managers. If you're someone who hires people, this series will change how you think about interviews. This is Hiring Without Guesswork, clear thinking for better interviews.